Hey everybody, I'm Felicia Michelle, and welcome to The Buzz. On today's show, we have the cast of How I Met Your Father. In our artist spotlight, we have Crystal Starr. Then we have Jon Huertas talking about acting and directing in the final season of This Is Us. And finally, we're at the Hollywood premiere of NIGHTSHADE, starring Ferigno Jr. We have a great show. Let's roll that intro.
Hey, what's up? I'm Jon Huertas. I play Miguel on This Is Us, and I also direct on the show. So make sure you tune in to episode 3 of season 6 to see the work that I put into an episode as a director. And let's get buzzed.
Last week, Senator Mitch MCConnell made a statement about the blocking of the voting rights bill and stated that there was no need for the bill because African-American voters vote as many in numbers as American voters?
Well, the concern is misplaced because if you look at the statistics, African-American voters are voting in just as high a percentage as Americans.
Well, now, good old Mitch attempts to backtrack his remarks about black voters, but a lot of people were not buying it. The bad part is many weren't shocked by his remarks at all, saying that his comment was rooted in racism. Also, many think that McConnell probably didn't intend to say what he said, but that he sure does believe it. While doing damage control, the senator said that he simply had misspoken. So the only way to defeat this type of nonsense is to show up at the polls during midterms like true Americans we are and silence good old Mitch MCConnell. God bless America. Enough of that hot mess express. Now, okay, we have the cast of Hulu's new show, How I Met Your Father, sequel to the hit TV show How I Met Your Mother. The series stars Hilary Duff, Christopher Lau, Francia Raisa, Tom Ansley, Tien Tran, Suraj Shamar, as well as recurring stars Ken Cattrall, Daniel Augustine, Ashley Reyes, and Josh Peck. Danny got a chance to talk to some of the stars, so let's take a look.
This is the story of how I met your father. It was hard to live in the moment in 2022. There was always someplace else you could be, someone else you could be with.
I know this might sound crazy, but I've been on 87 Tinder dates this year. My last date was the worst one yet.
I was on another date before this, and I just had sex.
So starting with Francia, How I Met Your Father is not a reboot of the popular TV show How I Met Your Mother, but it's been described as a sequel. Can you explain?
I mean, it's its own show. It's its own standalone show. I mean, even though it has the same, like Tom referred to it, soul of the original one, I mean, you quickly learn that we are our own characters. We're not trying to, compare to anyone. And first of all, the cast is like so different. And now it's from a female's perspective. So it's unique in its own way. And you'll learn that within the first episode, but obviously, it's the same comedic tone. And we do have some nuggets, Easter eggs, as it's been referred to throughout the series, to pay homage to the original.
And starting with Tom, I know you can't say too much about your characters, but can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yes, Charlie is son of 2 extraordinarily wealthy English aristocrats. He moves over to New York to be with Valentina because he's a hopeless romantic. And he believes in grand gestures of love, but he doesn't always think things through entirely. And that quite often lands him in a lot of trouble.
And Suraj?
Sid's this super loyal, super friendly, I'm gonna make you feel better because that makes me feel better dude from New York who is, just bought a bar, left his old medicine background, and is in a long-term relationship with Hannah, who works as a doctor very far away. And he's trying to figure out how love works, and he is, having a good time making new friends at his new bar in New York.
This is what I've been saying. She's fun, flirty, thriving, always out for a good time, and don't set boundaries on for a good time. She'll let you have it.
Ah, I like that.
Damn.
Yeah. It's like, that's a profile right there.
This is why Serge makes them for me.
You were saying that there will be some Easter eggs and some special surprises. Can you tell us a little bit about, some of the crossovers that we might be able to expect from the How I Met Your Mother world in How I Met Your Father?
Nope. No, we can't.
Oh.
Well, most of the secrets got kept from us, from me especially. I'm still not sure if I'm supposed to be saying this. There was a scene.
You're not.
Am I not? Oh, I'm going to say it.
Yeah, but you said it now.
There's a scene that wasn't included in our scripts. And so there's something to look out for later on in the series When you see it, you'll know it. My phone's just going to start buzzing now with people going, stop saying this, stop saying this.
Yeah, you're just going to call it legal is calling.
Yep.
That's very exciting. Well, because we don't have the full cast here, I do have to ask you guys, what was it like working with Hillary?
Awful. Oh, what a nightmare.
What a gem. What a sweet soul. No, but really, she's amazing. She's like really, really kind and generous with her time. She's very on point. She works hard. She doesn't mess about. But at the same time, you know, she treats everybody the same. And that's a vibe. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely exceeded my expectation of who I thought she was. You know, everyone wanted to be best friends with Lizzie McGuire. I grew up watching her. And so to meet her and know that she is as amazing as I had imagined her, even more so, it's been really incredible and fun.
Yeah, I think we could all probably sit here and wax lyrical about how much we love Hillary till the cows come home. She really is annoyingly nice and very kind and very genuine with her time, and right from the first day being on set made us all feel like we were in this together, which is so important for a show like this that relied on this sort of ensemble nature.
Well, thank you so much for chatting to us today. I had a great time chatting to you, and I'm so glad that this has come out at this time because I think everyone needs to have a laugh.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Together we will take this city by storm. We are not afraid of you, New York.
We're the bravest people in this city. I'll drink to that.
How I Met Your Father premieres Tuesday, January 18th on Hulu. After the break, we have Crystal Starr and our Artist Spotlight. Stay tuned. Award-winning retro pop recording artist Crystal Starr fights for female activism and children in foster care, aiming to always encourage women and children to free themselves from the shackles of societal pressures and be themselves. Crystal is re-releasing her song She and drops by the studio to tell us more about her song and her mission.
Hey, I'm Crystal Starr. I am a recording artist, and I'm so glad to be here with Buzz.
Always the one who catch the blame. The lines from a smile remains the same. A mother's love was not enough when they broke her down for being tough. Maybe in time, love will defy. Put it together, they see she was mine.
Yeah, so I wrote this song, She, with my friend Carnell Harrell, who's going to be playing with me later on during the segment. And it was really based on really wanting to uplift women and encourage women and celebrate them. And I felt like we're in a time right now where we need a little bit of upliftment. I know I do. And, you know, I think January there's a lot of, it's called like Blue Tuesday or something like that. So we wanted to just bring some upliftment to people and let them know that everything's going to be okay regardless of what you're going through, that there's always sunshine. I was watching this interview the other day. It was with Tom Hanks, and he said that if he was, when he was younger, he wished he would tell himself, he wished he would have reminded himself, this too shall pass. So that's just a message that I always remember too, when you're going through something, this too shall pass. So She helps you and helps me realize this too shall pass. I think the song is a timeless song, really. I didn't really think too much about it when I was writing it, when we were writing it. I think one thing I told him was I just wanted to write something with strings, and like he just started playing this melody on the piano, and we just kind of just went with it. And I think we wrote it in like 5 minutes. I like pinned it in 5 minutes. I sent it over to him, and yeah, it was really cool to really pin the song, because something like that doesn't really happen like that often. And I know for me, I prayed a lot before writing the song, and the lyrics just really just came. Music was always real in my life, but it started when I was I would say about 12 years old. I had a godfather named Howard McCrary. He's still my godfather, obviously. And he's played with like Michael Jackson and everything. And he encouraged me really to like do, you know, singing. Like he's like, if you want to do it, then do it. He used to play with everybody. He was a jazz singer, and I really looked up to him. And but you know, before that, I used to sing in church and always loved singing. My mom always said I was born in the womb singing, so it's something that I just absolutely love to do.
Falling over and over, like the ocean I roll. 'Cause the stone you've been moving has been taking its toll. I put it all on the line.
I love being on stage. There's something about it that transforms you. I grew up with like watching Tina Turner perform. My parents put Tina Turner on, or like watching Celia Cruz, or like I grew up watching that, and I wanted to be like that. I loved watching Janet Jackson perform, and it's just something that really influenced me. So performing for sure is something that I really love to do. Aside, you know, obviously in the studio too, but it's those moments that make performing even better. I'm actually going to be performing, I just got a call to perform at the what is it called? The Electric Forest, which brings out like almost like 100,000 people. And I'm excited about that. You know, we're planning a tour this summer and the rest of 2022. So I'm really excited about that, to perform with my band again, because that's been a while doing that since the pandemic.
Can't be anything that she wants to be. She's in love. She is powerful, inspirational, giver of life.
Right now, we're just going to re-release the video that we have now, and you know, it's just kind of like what we said. Is there a reason to replay the music, or remix the music and stuff? But it's something that it speaks to you when you actually see it, and I don't think enough people have seen it just yet. So we want to release it in a big way, and release it in a big way. You guys can follow me on Instagram. It's at Crystal Starr Music with 2 R's. And my website is crystalstarr.com. And yeah, you guys can chat with me. I typically try to take some time out and talk to my fans, and I appreciate all of them, and they're pretty awesome. So yeah.
On February 5th, Crystal will be releasing a brand new song called Head Over Heels. So you can check that out on all streaming platforms. We'll stay right there because we have Jon Huertas from This Is Us to talk about directing episodes of the final season. We'll be back after these messages.
Right from her heart, strong from the start, a girl who just couldn't say no. Can't be in.
Then after the cocktail hour, I will give my toast.
Wait, you're going to give a toast?
Of course, yeah, I'm hosting.
No, we're co-hosting.
Oh, really? How much money are you kicking in to pay for co-hosting this dinner? I'm sorry.
Hi, Jon. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm well. What was it like directing such an all-star cast?
Well, it's amazing. I mean, you hope to, when you're a director, be able to have the gift of directing actors as good as the ones we have on This Is Us. It probably made it so easy for me, just being able to work with you know, Sterling, Mandy, and Milo, and Chris, and Sue, and everyone. It's just such an amazing cast. You can't ask for a better cast in television, I think.
Did you find yourself almost reflecting more and more into the subject matter as you started digging more and more into this script that Dan created for you?
You know, I don't have any kids, and I don't have I never really had a father. I had a grandfather that stepped up and tried to be as much of a father figure as he could, but he was also working really hard trying to keep the roof over our heads and keep food on our plates. So I didn't really get to have the father-son kind of thing with him. So, you know, two of the characters in my episode are dealing with whether or not they're going to be present enough for their kids, based on the circumstances, right? And so that was something that I know the other side of that as the kid. So yeah, I mean, I really tried to imagine what they might feel like based on just what I felt like, because I think, you know, there's this mutual feeling between a father and a child that is, you know, I think that you want to say, I know that as a child, I wanted to have a father. I wanted to have that person in my life, and not having them, you know, I acted out. I didn't think so. I think the worry that a father might have that their child could feel neglected or feel like they don't get enough time, and the worry that their child won't develop the way that we hope our kids develop, which is, you know, emotionally, physically in a positive direction. So yeah, I kind of, you know, definitely did that while shooting this, and really trying to get into those two characters specifically when it comes to that.
It's one of the reasons why I love This Is Us, because every single episode triggers some sort of thing. It might not be triggering for you, but it could be for the person sitting next to you. We can all relate to some part of the episode. And I know that you can't reveal anything in what ultimately happens between you and Rebecca. And Dan's also really good at keeping you guys out of the loop as much as he can, and for as long as he can. But do you know what Miguel's fate will ultimately be at the end of the season? And if you do, are you happy with it? And if you don't, what do you hope for your character?
I think I know an aspect of what, you know, where Miguel ends up at the end of the story. I don't know, like I said, like you said, Dan, you know, keeps us in the dark because he loves to surprise us with scripts and story points. I think he looks forward to getting those texts from someone like, I just read episode 4, oh my gosh, you know. Right. So he lives for that to come from us, as well as reaction from the audiences, right? So I do know, like I said, some aspects of where Miguel ends up at the end of the story, but I don't know everything either. But I'm going to be really happy with at the end of the story, because, you know, we're able to finish it, where a lot of shows you don't get to really finish the story. So I'm really happy about that. I'm happy about where Miguel's journey is going to take him over the course of the season. You know, it's nice to see them finally opening up Miguel's story, because it's one of the things that as a, you know, Latinx adult male actor, you worry that, you know, the kind of characters that Miguel is, they don't get the development that other characters get, you know, traditionally, because of just, you know, really it's not having as many people in the writer's room that look like me or that have my experiences.
I'll be right here waiting for you.
Here goes.
I also want to talk about your relationship with Mandy Moore and how it's progressed over these last few seasons. In your opinion, how do you think it's progressed?
We're getting married in a couple of weeks.
Great.
It's progressed. It's progressed very well. Mandy and I are pretty close. We have really good chemistry on screen, but more so off screen. We're sitting around waiting to film scenes. We laugh a lot together. We hang out, my wife and her husband and her, and we just had dinner the other night, in fact. I really, really respect Mandy so much, because, I mean, I've seen her do the most incredible work as, you know, our youngest adult cast member, you know, and she has talent beyond her years, and she's sweet, she's giving, she is supportive, She's everything. She's too damn perfect, really, is what Mandy Moore is. It's ridiculous.
That's so funny. I also love that your character was almost so hated towards the beginning because he was taking his best friend's widow. But now that viewers are seeing him in this brand new light, it's this beautiful transformation. Was that almost a fun challenge for you to win the audience over?
Absolutely. It's what I said from the beginning. A lot of the press that we would do at the very beginning of the show, and people would say, you know, what's it like to be the most hated character on This Is Us? And I was like, it's a challenge, because you never want to be the actor who the people don't like your character. You want your character to be lovable, right? Even when you're the villain, like you want people to love to hate you when you're even the villain. And I wasn't a villain, obviously, but you know, the challenge was, how do we turn people around? How do we get them to warm up? And so it was that's also something you live for as an actor. You live for the fact that you want people to love your character, but you also live for the challenge of portraying a character a certain way. And then I wanted to portray a character a certain way that was going to change people's minds. And so the writers had a lot to do with it. You know, Dan and I talking a lot about, you know, certain things, certain aspects of the character and who he is to the Pearson family, who he is to Rebecca, things that he would say. I mean, every once in a while I would find a line that I thought, you know what, they might take this the wrong way. Is there a better way to say what you're trying to say right here? And this is a conversation I would have with the writers. And so, yeah, I mean, I love that people now feel better about Miguel. They don't think that I killed Jack anymore. They know who the culprit is. It's a slow cooker.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't you. Well, congratulations on such an amazing season, such an amazing episode, getting to be behind and in front of the camera.
Thank you.
You are absolutely amazing. Congratulations.
Take care.
This Is Us airs on NBC Tuesday nights at 9. Don't go anywhere. We're on the red carpet premiere for the psychological thriller Nightshade when we come back. Lou Ferigno Jr. and the cast of Nightshade had their premiere at the Regal in downtown LA. We have them up next to give us details on this mind-teasing film. Let's take a look.
Caucasian floating in the pool, multiple gunshot wounds. Homeowner's never seen him before.
Of course he's never seen him. His head's in a bag.
The two murder cases had matching MOs.
Prints are torched off.
This guy leaves nothing behind. Not a hair, not a shell casing, nothing.
You need to get creative and figure it out.
Being a homicide detective must be tough. You still experiencing insomnia?
Well, I woke up standing on my front lawn.
I really think we should continue with the hypnotherapy. Do I have your permission to start?
There's been another murder.
This film promises to be surprising. It's a great progression. I think the characters are very well developed. It's a twist. I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to be cliche, but the twist is unexpected. It's fun. It's stylized in a way where the lighting, the music hits everything really well. It's thrilling. It's deep, and it's kind of scary. So it's suspenseful nonetheless. I play Detective Ben Hayes. It's his story of what seems to be happening in his dreams, which is also transferring into reality, trying to figure out why he's a homicide detective. And all these people end up dead, but who to blame?
She's in your head, man.
I feel like I'm going insane!
This is what happens to people when they don't sleep.
This movie is a psychological thriller about a homicide detective who can't sleep at night and he's having visions. And I play his wife, who is loving, supportive. She's gone through some stuff in her past, but really she's just trying to get through the day, and we're all trying to be a normal person, right? But we all have something underneath that normal person we're trying to be. I think it's okay for me to say that I could find something to relate to my character, albeit she does have a very dark side, but I think we all have secrets, and she has secrets, and I can relate to that, and wanting to keep those close to my chest.
I play one of the chief of police in terms of overseeing the investigation that two detectives are supposed to be bringing me evidence for. and they're not doing such a great job at the point that I'm talking to them. So I'm encouraging them, quote unquote, to get it together and bring me something I can actually use. And so far, they're just messing up. So I'm not too happy with these two characters, and they're investigating murders, a series of murders. The whole project was pushed over a year because of COVID, along with a few other projects that I was scheduled to work on. So that just took the whole year and a half almost just to get to it. And then they had to be very, very, very careful on set, and they were. It was great, making sure that nobody got sick while filming, so we could get in and get out and get it done safely.
I have a cop role in it towards the end of the film when all the shit is going down. They call the police the backup. I'm one of the backup police officers that come in and try to help the situation that you'll see when you see the movie.
I played Detective Beckett, and it's a nice little thriller horror. I don't want to give away too much of it because I've already shot myself in the foot by telling too much about it. So yeah, it's a nice little thriller horror. It's a long time coming. I mean, because of COVID, it pushed, the release date back and everything. But I'm excited, for the world to be able to see it now. It's going to be a great one.
Hi, my name's Lou Ferigno Jr., and you've just been buzzed.
Well, that's all I have. Special thanks to the cast of NIGHTSHADE, the cast of How I Met Your Father, Hulu, Jon Huertas, NBC, and Crystal Starr. Don't forget, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and double tap on Instagram, all at buzz_access. Before we go, here's a live performance by Crystal Starr. I'm Felicia Michelle.
Hey, I'm Crystal Starr. This is Carnell Harrell, and this is Head Over Heels.
We were both friends, both young, we were carefree, 20 years old when you met me, figuring out what life was about, yeah. 24 hours and we danced in the moonlight, never letting go, not this time, be mine. Press rewind, yeah. Don't wanna take it slow, I only wanna make it last. And next thing you know, we'll be on the lights with Cosneo, and I can be a rock star. Meet me on a crescent moon, yeah, catch a star for you. Do anything is true, even if you walked away, I'm gonna keep on running towards you. Over and over again, I'm tripping and I'm falling for you. You know I'm head over heels, wrapped around your finger, I'm unraveling and untied. Over and over again, staring in your eyes, we both knew that you were meant for me. Never let me go, squeeze me, hold me to the sunlight. Dance the night away, away, oh. Dance the night away. I don't ever wanna lose this feeling. You give me butterflies, my heart is beating for you. My dreams come true, yeah. And I don't wanna take it slow, I only wanna make it last. And next thing you know, we're beyond the lights of Cosneo, and I could be a rock star. Meet me on a crescent moon, yeah, catch a star for you. Do anything is true, even if you walked away, I'm gonna keep on running towards you. Over and over again, I'm tripping and I'm falling for you. You know I'm head over heels, wrapped around your finger, I'm unraveling and untied. Over and over again, staring in your eyes, we both knew that you were meant for me. Never let me go, squeeze me, hold me to the sunlight. Dance the night away, away. dance the night away. Dance the night.
For more stories and extended clips, go to thebuzzallaccess.com. I'm Trey Rich, and you've just been buzzed.